Following the sacking of former Prime Minister John Mbabzi, there has been a lot of mixed feelings among members of the public, with many questioning what went wrong for the long-time allies and what next. Senior Presidential Advisor on Media Affairs John Nagenda has broken the silence into what ought to have been a resolute decision of his boss to sack his once blue-eyed super minister.
I can see him employing these sort of wild young people to go around with his rather nice picture on the yellow shirts. Yes, but between equals or near equals, I don't see him having the depth even, the serious intent of working for them as first of equals. Okay, more than first of equals if you're a president. I just don't see it.
Reports have since, even before his sacking, associated Amama Mbabzi in clandestine underground mobilization of some NRM members to unseat his party chairman, President Yoweri Museveni, during the February delegates conference. But to Nagenda, Mbabzi's presidential aspirations will remain out of reach.
He has less of a chance of beating Museveni for the presidency. He has less than a snowflake's chance in hell. You know, snow doesn't like heat. He has less of a chance than a snowflake in hell. He will never be president of this country, as far as I'm concerned. He can serve this country in so many different ways. He should forget looking for that particular glory. It won't be coming his way. Absolutely not. I can bet you anything.
Nagenda says Mbabzi's arrogance is not an attitude that Uganda would cherish in someone aspiring for the presidency.
If you're very individualistic, you can make it very difficult for other people to follow, right? And especially when you have such a strong person above you, which is what President Museveni is. You know, you are just going to be knocking your head against a hard place, a rock, right? And you suffer accordingly. I would wish that when Mbabzi has bethought himself after this terrible, well, I agree, terrible, to be sacked as a prime minister, especially if you have a high regard for yourself, must be terrible. But what I think he will do and what I hope he will do is to take it easy, to find out where he went wrong. If he has true friends, they'll tell him, we think he went wrong here and here and there, and then repent, you know, and go on. I mean, he's still quite young.
Nagenda tells me on several occasions he has attended NRM party retreats, and his gestures of party members have always pointed out the fact that Mbabzi is unpopular.
I happen to know, and I mean, if I was talking to Amama here, I would say, Amama, you annoy a lot of people because you put yourself on a pedestal in front of them. I've been in meetings which were called, and the members of parliament were irate. They were pointing fingers. He was sitting in front. The president was sitting there. I was sitting here. So I could see the people behind him. He couldn't see the people behind him. But they were mocking him. They're like, he really annoys people.
He also holds the view that the disrespect of Mbabzi's wife, Jackie Mbabazi, and her daughter, Nina Mbabzi, for the political and security leadership of the country played a central role in his sacking from the premier portfolio.
Mrs. Mbabazi is a very, very strong woman. Maybe too strong. And I was rather surprised that he didn't tell her to shut up from time to time. And in fact, that did him an injury, because they'll say if he can't even sort of discipline his wife and let her speak out of turn, you know, it wasn't a place at all to come abusing the people who run this country. Why didn't he stop it? I don't know. Maybe he was too weak at home. I don't know. His daughter writes, and she doesn't write badly, but you cannot allow to be judged as somebody who doesn't understand enough to say to them, do me a favor, unless you want to crucify me, you just shut up.
However, Nagenda stressed that whereas the appointment of Rugunda sounded a better replacement of Mbabzi, Nagenda noted that softness of Rugunda as a character behavior leaves a lot to be desired for an assertive Prime Minister. Bobazzi, BS Television, Muyenga.